Hey, welcome to the garage. We're back out here digging into our little 2022 Raptor project, and this should be part 3. I got a box in the mail yesterday. It's I ordered shocks, so the shocks are totally shot on this bike. So I went ahead and just bit the bullet, and I'm going to try these out. It was an eBay shot because a stock OEM Yamaha shock for this thing is around 128, 135 bucks, something like that, per shock. And the rear one I think is even more expensive. I got all 3 of these for, I believe, like 189 bucks, 2 fronts and a rear. So I'm going to unbox them. We're going to take a look at them and see if they look all right. And then we'll go over a couple other things. All right. All right. Shock time. This is the box of shocks that we got. This is a rear, a front. There's another front I put over here. I've got it lined up next to one of the ones that came off the bike. And I believe from eyelet to eyelet, they are going to be, even though I'm just guesstimating because this one got broke. So these are going to be, the spring rate is a little different. Of course, it's red, which I think it might make it pop a little bit, and the kids aren't going to care. But I think it's going to be just perfect for this. And I checked to make sure they fit in the bolt fits in there and it fits inside the shock mount. The rear shock here, same thing. It's the spring rate is a little different. I'll take it over here in a second and show you. iMotorPartsUSA is who I got these from. The brand, again, this was eBay, is a Predator suspension. So I believe they're probably an offshore shock, but I think they're going to work just fine. So let me switch hands here. Sorry. As you go to put this up in here, if we get it kind of close to where it might mount up, I believe it's going to be just fine. Again, you can see the coils are a little thicker and they're spaced out, so the spring rate's going to be different. I don't know if it's going to be stiffer or harder, but I think, once again, for the money, these are going to work out good. $189-ish for 3 shocks, where one original shock, one OEM front shock is almost 30 bucks, and a rear shock is more. So I got a pretty good deal on 3 shocks. So yeah, hopefully we'll be mounting these babies up soon. Which leads us into where we're at. So I actually took more apart, and I lied to you. I told you I was going to not do anything else without having a camera on. Well, I screwed the pooch on that deal too. So that being said, we'll go through just a couple of things here. I don't want to make this video too long. Just a couple of things to let you know where we're at. So a couple of things I noticed. One of the big ones was, let me turn the camera. It's cracked right here along this foot rail, and the frame is cracked right here. Not that big of a deal. I can grind that down and weld that. That'll be all right. And it's bent here too. I thought these were safe. I really did. I thought these weren't bent, but this side, I believe, is the side that got creamed by the truck or car that hit it. So that's a little screwed up. As we move on to the frame here, last time you were here, this was 90 degrees down here. I bent it back up with a hammer, and as I did it, I knew this was going to happen. I just needed to get it straight. It broke. It's literally cracked right there and there. So I can't just weld that, call it good. Plus, I got to bend this back over. We still have to bend this over. This needs to be flat. Mulling over in my head what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to try to cut the frame in a couple different spots and add inserts and plug weld and weld it together after I bend everything bar by bar over, or try to cut it back here, and then cut here as well, and then put an insert in there and plug weld this again after this gets bent over. I don't know the easiest way to go about it. I think it would be easier to bend one bar at a time and make sure this stays level to go over. Again, it's going to be a process. I just haven't got to it yet. Everything down here inside the carrier is okay. All the bearings, all the brakes, everything is fine. Unfortunately, that's bent. The axle is bent which I was really hoping it wasn't going to be bent, but it's bent enough. It's got a significant wobble to it. So I've got to find a used one. Hopefully, I think 2015 to 2023, I think they all are the same. I'm hoping. Again, if anybody could leave a comment and let me know if that's the case, or if, you know, what will fit. I'm not sure. I don't even know if there is an aftermarket one for this, or if I can have it straightened. I did build a box. I built a 20-inch tall box. My grandson Ethan and I built that box. That way I got this thing up off the ground, and it makes it easier to work on. So we did that. Onto this. I don't know if I'm going to need a new A-arm up front. So this one is bent right there where it hit the frame. There's a little dinger on that one too. I think it's going to bend it enough. I don't know. I might be able to pull it off and put it in a vise, but it squashed the tubing is the problem. So it weakened the tubing when it squashed it a little bit. And so I'm going to probably be looking for a pair of new front A-arms. This is okay. Tie rod's okay. So yeah, I think a new pair of A-arms up front. Hopefully, again, I don't want to buy OEM. They're $300 OEM from Yamaha if I buy new. They're in stock at places like Rocky Mountain and Partzilla. But if I can get away with finding something that fits. Also, the spindle on the other side, this spindle, you can see it. That's supposed to be straighter than that. That's bent as well. So I will need a new spindle. Or maybe I can pull that out and bend that, hammer that flat. We'll see. 3 of the 4 rims are bent. These 2 in the rear are bent pretty bad. The one up front is the worst. This one, even though it's got a little bend in the rim right there, it's actually straight. The rim is straight, but the other 3. So it's looking, I don't know, maybe some Douglas wheel, some of the cheaper ones or something. We got to figure something out. But that's where we're at with video 3. Shocks are here. Some more work needs to be done. The next one I do, no matter what I do to this bike, when I touch it, I will film it. Whether it's cutting this frame and getting this done, getting new A-arm stuff done, because like I said, these guys are junk. Bent pretty bad. That's not supposed to be like that. So the next thing I do to this thing, you guys will see it. All right. Again, thanks for checking out the old gasoline garage, and I will see you guys again for video number 4. See ya.